Yes, Raj. So tell me, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. And what about you?
I'm
How are you?
also doing well, looking forward to this day, and I think it's going to be quite fruitful for the activities that I have planned for it.
Yes, but I just want to say one thing. I mean, like when I watch your video, so you are not look. I mean, you are so beautiful. Then, like in your video, I mean, in the reality, which was I was not appearing like. I mean, your personality is totally different from the because I'm meeting to you. When I watch your video, so you are not looking like that. So you are totally different from your that video.
So, how should I take this? That I don't look that
Compliment
better,
as a
or I don't?
no, 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 no. I'm just giving a compliment because I watched. So I mean, you
Right.
were looking like very different personality, but in reality, you are looking so beautiful. Of course, in
Thank
that
you
video,
so
you
much.
were in that video also. You was beautiful. I'm not, like triggering any point, but just you are so beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I take this compliment well. Thank you.
Okay.
And yes, you had mentioned in your mail that you belong to UP,
UP,
right?
yes, UP,
Right.
yes,
So
exactly.
there is only little that I know about you, and I would like to know a lot more about you. So, for my sake and for our audience sake, could you introduce yourself?
Yes. So, well, my name is Rajpal. I'm from UP. I completed my master in political science. My hobbies are reading books, diary writing, practicing yoga, and recently I have generated new hobby, which is writing the inspirational quotes, just for you can say self confidence and to self awareness. So these are my hobbies.
Wow, you have quite, productive hobbies, I must say.
I guess so. I would say one thing that I have heard. Even I have met a lot of the girls, women are also from the Delhi. Particularly, I would say about the girls. The girls of Delhi's are. I mean, they are so sharp. I mean, sharp in the sense, not I'm saying negative sense. They are not so calm and composed as you are giving your intro. So I think this personality, this is the myth that is also being exposed that because it is considered. I'm not saying that it is the perception, but there are the few incidents. It is considered that the Delhi's girls are so sharp sometimes, and they become so rude, but it's not appearing from your side that and that every girl is like the same whatever happened.
Well, I believe that maybe it has to do with the fast pace that Delhi people are supposed to be constantly living in. So, the
Mm.
fast pace of life, actually pushes you sometimes to become direct, and they quickly cut to the chase, and they do not have time to, ponder over thoughts and process them for long. And people tend to come into that phase of doing everything quickly, even if
Right,
it's
right.
speaking.
Yeah. So I want to know about your the career as like the English teacher tutor. So how did you start, and how did this idea came to your mind that you would start your journey in this field?
Well, I had the love for the language from the very beginning, from my schooling days only. And the new words that I would learn, and especially I had love for literature. Not just,
Mm.
I would hear somebody speaking and talking, and then I would like to speak, not just on that level, but I was very deeply interested in literature. And till my graduation, I had done my graduation in economics and English honors. If you know, English honors involves, doing elective English, studying English literature as a one subject, but doing MA level English along with that.
Mm.
And I excelled there. I was the topper in my college. I had a lot of it, but then I felt, when I had the time to do post graduation, I felt that I'm becoming quite cynical. Poetry and all that is making me too sentimental. So I had a love for economics as well, so I chose post grad in economics. But then it didn't stop me there. I wanted to explore English as well. So later on, I did my post grad in English as well. Did my B.Ed and CTET, everything that is required to become an educator. And I started teaching children. And from there, After teaching only, I realized that, when you start teaching some subject, your subject improves even, a lot more than you
Yeah,
were a student, because you go
exactly.
deep into researching it, especially grammar. I had never improved my grammar the way I improved it, the way I mastered it while teaching. So till date, when I watch, Netflix series, I watch a lot of them. I am complete, complete. I sometimes I become a couch potato and I just finish all these series in one go. So I binge watch, but then even then I am learning. Okay, these are the new words I never knew, and right now, just before our conversation in the morning, I was watching something, and I wrote these many expressions from there only. So I keep my notebook along with me.
It's a great. Actually, you mentioned that you so much engaged in watching the the web series on the Netflix. In my case, actually, I'm very much bookworm of reading the books. So whenever
Bookworm.
I sit,
Hmm.
yes, whenever I just sit on reading the book, so I just think that okay, let me finish the one chapter, and this
Hmm.
circle actually goes on, and I don't feel that. So I'm also in the same process when come to the reading. In my case, I just start the reading books yesterday. I had the book. Actually, that book was just left, the half book. So I had to finish that book in 2 or 3 days, but I finished yesterday the whole book.
So
So
what you
today
start, you must finish it. That urge.
yeah, yes, but I have
Right.
to control it. Actually, I have to control it because I think the extremeness in everything, like for
Right.
it's not the so good. And yesterday I realized that somewhere I'm going with the too much speed, which is not the right thing.
Hmm. So I remember in my earlier days I used to be bookworm, but now I am a lazy lazy worm, I must say. So I rely too much on the series and all because it entertains also. So which book you were reading, if mind sharing?
Yeah, I think the book name just forgetting. The book name is yes, still I have remembered. It is Eat the Frog. Eat the
Eat
Frog.
the Frog. Yeah, I have a video on that. Also, I
So
love that phrase.
yes,
Tackle the
really very
difficult challenge first.
yes. So great book,
Yes,
interesting.
right, right.
Yes.
So,
In
yes,
your
in the yes, right. You go ahead.
well, I'm in for the civil services. So I want to build up my personality completely because basically I'm coming from the village. So it is perception generally that the those who come. I know that this is not the exactly true, but this is the perception that those people, those that comes from the particularly the village rural background, they don't have the
Mm-hmm.
good communication skills. So I want to just expose, break it. That this is the predetermined mindset. I want to break this, and for me too, as a like for my career also, it's a very important for me to have the, you can say, the all roundings, we can say the skill. So I want to communicate with the people, and even whenever I talk to the new people, so I get something out of them, their way
Mm-hmm.
of speaking, how they behave. And I used to be very aggressive, I mean, so many year ago, you can say, when I meet my colleagues, but I'm become very calm, composed. So these things I have drawn from the people with whom I have the conversation. Something definitely in this conversation I would also draw from your personality. I do hope so.
Yeah, and in fact, while you were telling me that you were aggressive in those days, I was thinking maybe that is, the age also has a lot to work on your nerves. So, as you
Right.
age, your nerves are a bit calm, and you know, you become calm and you start processing things in a better way. So, you don't react vigorously as
True. Yes.
earlier.
Yes, it does the
Right.
matter. My father used to, call me the previously when I was so much aggressive, and that when the time will become when you will, pass out. So you would realize I was not just understanding that what he was, telling me. But now I'm realizing now I ask my other brothers, my cousins, that be very calmful. So I sometimes I realize that I think my father is the right, that is teach a lot to us, even experiences also when we meet to the new people and the
Mm-hmm.
old people. So we get the things with passing of the time.
Right, right. Totally agree with you there. And in fact, meeting new people, it has a lot of
Mm.
impact on us because everybody, I believe, has something to teach you.
Right, great. Yes, yes. So you mentioned about the grammar. So I'm very much curious to know about the grammar. The how much the grammar is important, and because I also want to elevate my skill in the grammars, and so I'm very much a bit to know from your side the how much grammar is important for any learners, particularly those
Mhm.
who want to go advanced leader.
All right. So the question that you posed to me is grammar important? So of course, if you are speaking and your goal is only to communicate, I believe grammar is not of utmost importance, but having a foundational knowledge of grammar, it works for you. But if you are preparing for competitive exams and you want to advance your communications, then I think it is very important, especially having in-depth knowledge. So otherwise, like knowing about different types of adverbs, prepositions, and all those in-depth conjunctions and all those things, I don't think you will ever have to use it in your everyday communication. You don't need to know that, but for competitive exams it makes a difference, and especially regarding your structure clearance. So if you have a clarity about structure, and it works for professional communication also, where you have to have a lot of exchange in writing. Exchange of communication is in writing in professional settings. So anything, even just using a wrong tense can have a lot of impact on your communication, and the person can understand a completely altogether different meaning. So there it becomes important.
Yes, great. Yes, but I have one question to ask. Let us suppose I have to come on your level. So what should I do?
It has taken me years. What you should do is, uh, either you start teaching while you are learning, or
No?
you consider yourself as, like, a school student. Take grammar books. So the Bible of English grammar, if you know, is Wren and Martin.
Hmm.
You might, the red book, you might already be having it. So go step by step, each concept, devote a week and run a lot of practice exercises for that. Identification, and then forming sentences using that concept, whether you're working on adverbs or your pronouns. And so run a lot of exercises, identify, and then try to use them in, you know, sentences. Although that won't matter if you're just working on, from competitive perspective.
Right.
That you get a lot of
Yes.
PDFs online also.
Yes. Actually, and nowadays I'm practicing grammar a lot, making the
Hmm.
sentence, working on the proposition as you just mentioned, adverbs also, and because what I believe that actually it is time to break the comfort zone. Just having very tiny knowledge of the grammar, I want to take enormous leap on the grammars. Just grabbing the grammar because just revising, repeating the sentence structure. I'm like the fed up. So I want to learn new things. So that is I'm asking all of these things.
So
But nowadays
especially
learn.
start working on sentence structure, changing the sentence structure exercises. You have a lot of them. We used to have a lot of questions in graduation only for that, because it actually elevates your level of speaking also. Because once you get a good grip on that, changing simple sentences, joining them into compound sentences, then changing it, that compound sentence, into complex sentence using the different conjunctions. Like, I'll give you an example. Two sentences. This coffee is hot. I cannot drink it. Two sentences, two simple sentences. Now change it into a complex sentence using conjunction to. So it will be, this coffee is too hot to drink. So something
Good.
like that. So you have your exercises, PDFs online. So get those, changing sentence structures only. So that helps in speaking also.
Yes. I guess a lot of the, I mean, the good speakers say that, like, the good speaker, we can say that uh, when you can make the smooth, the things, when the things are the complicated, so you can make them in, for example, there's a very long words, the words, the sentence, so when you make it very crisp, not too understandable, then you will
Mhm.
say that yes, you are going on the right path. And I have one more question for you to ask. That sometimes you have seen that people, the learners, they speak, so fast. So does this right? Just to show off
Easy to
your
write.
personality?
Any person who is very confident in what they are talking and they are
Yes,
confident about the subject, what they are speaking about, and the language, they'll never speak fast, because
right.
speaking fast is a sign of nervousness. And I would also say here, with a grain of salt, that some people are naturally very fast
Hmm.
talkers, so speakers, but they need to train themselves to slow down their pace. There is a one right pace to speak, not too slow, not too fast. So if you see, TEDx talks also, the speakers that they
Yeah.
come on stage, they never rush their speech. Because the average listener, it takes time to process the thought. So if you are speaking very fast, that your listener is not able to process the thoughts as fast as you are speaking.
Right. Yes, you are absolutely right. This is something which I have noticed even the learners. I can even notice you that how you are speaking, without like having so much speed. You are speaking very calmly. But I know that sometimes the learners, they speak so rapidly so that you can judge them. Oh, you are the good speaker. Actually, they try to show off, but in actuality, even they make the grammatical mistake. And so I have encountered with, I mean, a lot of the people from both sides, those who speak very fast, those who speak very natural. So I have found one very important thing, that they are really, good speakers, those who speak very calmly, like not having the, like the super fast the trends, they speak in that way. And so sometimes I get confused. Who is the good speaker? The person who speaks fastly, the person who speaks slowly and to the point.
A good speaker is one who speaks concisely and is able to convey the thoughts properly, whatever is in their mind, to the listener, and
Right.
at the level of the listener, using the language. If you have seen my videos with some advanced YouTubers, I used a lot of advanced words, phrases, and idioms in that
Right.
conversation. But presently, or maybe in some other videos, you won't see me using any advanced words, phrases, because I always adjust the way I speak at the level of the listeners. It is not
Right.
about that I want to show off my English language and these words I know, because ultimately it's a language, and its language purpose is to communicate.
Right.
So if I start using the idioms which you won't understand, what is the point of using them in a conversation? There
Right.
I am just showing off, right?
Yes. Yes. People do such a thing. Sometimes speak a lot of the idiom and the phrases just to to advance themselves. Okay, look. How the I have the knowledge of the particular the vocabs, idiom and the phrases. It's a good thing that if you have the knowledge, but sometimes look at the other person, that how does that person has the knowledge of particular things.
Actually,
Like
there
if
are
I
two
talk.
perspectives to this also. I'm sorry to cut you there.
Yes,
So
please go
from
ahead.
a YouTuber's perspective, no, I have realized this, that our Indian audience is such that because they come to watch this conversation to build on their vocabulary. So they expect
Right.
us to provide those phrases and idioms, and sometimes we have to use them. So whenever
Right.
YouTuber conversation, then it happens definitely. So, and
Yes.
moreover, we Indians somewhere, we are so obsessed with advanced words, phrases. So, and especially, I think more important is to build on your foundation strong first and then start working on advanced vocabulary and phrases, because it's more of a decorative thing.
Yes, even in your video, I think I watched, I saw a comment where there was a, and the viewer, he said that I have learned 3 or 4 words, new words, from your conversation. So yes, you
Yeah.
are right. Actually, the the I mean the those who watch the videos, they sometimes try to grasp the new words. That is why
Right.
even they extract from the the YouTubers. It's right. Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, this is something which is very confusing thing. Whether you want to speak the advanced level words or not, because learners watch the video so that they can learn something. If you speak the same level
Mm.
of English, the video, so they will somewhere go away from your the channels, like that. And of
Right,
course,
right.
everyone want to catch the audience.
Audience, and moreover, since it's an English learning channel, so we like to provide them with new vocabulary. So,
Right.
but it's okay to go with the flow, whatever the current situation demands. I never plan it in advance that, okay, today I'll use this and that, and whatever
Yes.
the conversation demands, I just go along with the flow.
So, so why does the English so become so crazy for the learners? Okay, learners are so crazy to learn this language. What are the reason? uh, like whenever you meet to the people, they actually just say that, okay, I'm learning this language, they start speaking. As far as I have noticed the things, that it is for the last 2 or 3 years learners become so crazy for this language. Otherwise, before that, I think there was nothing like so much craze, but so much, like you can say, the die hard fan for learning this language.
Hmm. Well, in my opinion, I believe that it's more to do with, expansion. We are getting more connected to the world. And since it's
Hmm.
an international language, it's ubiquitous language, it cannot be done away with. And it's moreover, it opens a world of opportunities.
Right.
So, especially in India, only we have 22 languages. How many? My GK is very bad.
Yes, 22 languages in
22.
8 series.
So it becomes, a common connect where people can
Hmm.
converse with each other, although a Hindi is very debatable these days. South and
Okay.
north is quite divided on that. So then we are left with this choice. And moreover, in professional settings, in getting a good job, your communication skills, they matter a lot. And especially when I talk about communication skills, especially regarding the use of English language. So that is why I believe people, they are getting more exposed to the international perspective, and moreover they want to open those opportunities for themselves that the English language brings. So that is why this craze is growing on.
Yes, so it means that now the English journey is going to be your the main the target. I mean, you actually you want to be create your own the app, something like that. For example, there is a lot of the English apps, like the we can say the platforms. They are like very much same you. There is a English series which is very much famous nowadays among the learners.
English, yeah,
So
yes, I do not know anything about it. I just keep seeing it on YouTube. People use English sharing because maybe it has to do with the fact that I never had to learn it from any language app or anything, but it came with the studies and all. So I learned the language naturally from absorption from the environment. Maybe.
yes, because you have learned this language from yourself, and your schooling also, of course, would be from the English background, but we from
Hmm.
the northern India and particularly the Hindi backgrounds, so we have learned, somewhere watching the different videos, English
Hmm.
clipping with these are the platform where we have watched the conversation and then we have started. So do you want to start your own the what I would say like own platform, or do you just want to work on your the channel? What do you have the future plan for this language? Because somewhere you have dedicated yourself.
So you're asking in context of my channel.
Yes, exactly.
So I have become a bit lazy there because I have been trying to build this course for like a month now. But I hope I'll build it, because sometimes you just want to perfect at things that they take time. So I'm trying to build a course which can provide express fluency to the learners, and where they can have interactions, community as well. So, and we can have live conversations as well, weekend conversations. So something like this. So I hope I'll do it. I'll be able to do it, but it seems right now too much of a task to be done just by a single person, single handedly. And moreover, I want to ask you something. I'm at
Yes, please.
loggerheads these days regarding this, thought. So I have always believed like you cannot learn the language, you cannot advance it if you start translating in your head only, Hindi to English, Hindi to English. So I want to learn, know from a YouTuber's perspective as well as a student's perspective. Is it really feasible? Like, is it good Hindi to English? Shall I delve into that while building the courses along with that?
No, it's not. Yes, there was a time when the people used to, like these kind of courses, but not now. But of course, you have the potential. Actually, you have the huge potential to grow your channels, your even your career, because somewhere, like the of course the views and the learners, you can say in 2000 that has been decreased a lot. So they
Hmm.
want to know which you can give them, which the other learners are. I mean, the YouTubers are not providing them. uh, like this is the actually huge journey, and when your luck and the destiny is with you, then of course there is a huge success. If your luck is not providing the support system to you, then you will not do anything. I would say that luck will help you to grow this journey, because I have seen a lot of the learners that when they were very small, and within the few months they become so famous, so popular, and now they are I think amazing to see.
So thank you so much for connecting with me today. I really love the heart to heart conversation that we had, completely unfiltered. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.